everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. So I am a bit behind in filming, but I have managed to keep up with everyday journaling in my March Daily Journal Challenge. So I think I'm now up to staple for the videos though. So this was the last one, and then here is staple, 10th of March staple. So this is, well, originally I was going to try to only use staples in the page spread, but I just wanted to cover this white page a little bit, and so I stuck on some of this beautiful tie-dyed rainbow paper from Tony, and just to kind of bring out the colour a little bit to balance this white page. And I like how the green goes together, green, and it kind of pulls it all together. And then we've got this kind of cream page, and that kind of matches up with the cream vintage library cards. So that's how that ties in. And as you can see, I've gone with a writing theme for this page spread. This journal has become a bit of my favourite things journal. And I chose this page because it says William Shakespeare, so a writer, and that connects with the theme that way. And so I've just got this postcard of a typewriter. I believe this came from Geo, I think. I hope I got that right. And this is just a Project Life card. I treasure the moments, the little things. And I like that quote because that's the things that I want to write about. And that's why I write, to treasure those things. And I haven't actually written anything on the library cards. I've just chosen ones that I like that relate to writing. Sparkle and Spin, a book about words, and story writing lessons from the masters. But the way these inspired me, first of all, this one inspired me about what kind of things I want to write about. I want to write things that metaphorically sparkle, that bring glory to God, and that add something good to people's lives, that words that, you know, actually help people. And this kind of came from this light bulb moment, or this insight that I had one day from listening to a YouTube video by G.K. Chesterton, I think it was. And this was one of our resources for one of my classes in creative writing at Bible College. And he was just saying that our imagination was given to us by God, and it's a gift, because whatever God gives us is a gift. And therefore also I see a gift as not just a thing to enjoy, but a responsibility to use. Not just put on a shelf and just say, oh, look at that, that's pretty, but to actually take it off the shelf and use it. And to use it in a way that glorifies God, because we can take anything that he gives us and use it to either glorify him or not glorify him. And so this is just what it spoke to me about here. And it gave me this moment where for all of this time up until then, I've loved writing, always loved writing, but always felt guilty about writing, and always thought that's not a real job, that's not a thing that glorifies God the way that other things do. And then this just reminded me, wait a second, or it just showed me, hey, no, the imagination, why are you diminishing writing and imagination as less than other things that God gives us? They're all equal, it's just different. And I think it might just be society places value on different things, more on like science and technology at the moment, and I could think I need to do science and technology to contribute in a valuable way. But actually God gives us all sorts of gifts, creativity and artistry and music and dance and other things, drama, film, and writing are also things we can do in life that bring God glory and actually help people, not just things like engineering and science and technology and teaching and medicine, all that kind of stuff. So it just really helped me to value it as much as all those other things. And so it gave me my kind of mission statement as well with what I write and why I write. I want my words, my writing, my books to glorify God and to help people, to bring them closer to God, and to give wonder and beauty and awe and truth and joy and love into people's lives through words. So that really helped me with that. And then over here, so that's, yeah, kind of, I want the sparkle. The sparkle to me is the wonder, the beauty, the awe, the joy. I want to bring that into people's lives through my words. And this one storytelling, lessons from the masters. So this is all about how, when I did that course, when I did writing courses, I've done 2, creative writing and a Masters of Writing and Literature. It's like learning from the masters, right? And I learned the art of storytelling through those courses. And get my cat hair out the way. So yeah, it was just really another amazing light bulb moment. This was just a way that God really, really spoke to me. And I just wrote about that all there, and I'll just share the story here with you. So we did this icebreaker through. I did beach mission for 12 years, and so you're with a group of strangers, and so one of the icebreakers we did was speed dating, where you just kind of stand in a circle, in and out of circle, and you move around to a different person, and you just get to know them. So the first thing I asked this one guy was, so what do you do? And he said, I study. And I said, so what are you studying? And he said, I'm studying I'm studying creative writing at Deakin. And I was just like, he kept on talking, and I phased out, because it was like that movie moment where the camera zooms on your face and time stands still, and I was just like in a world of my own, because in that one moment this one thought came to my head: there's nothing I want to do more than write and be a writer. And it was just like this crystal clear moment when he said that, I'm studying creative writing. I wanted to do that. There was nothing else more that I wanted to do. And I could have done that, when I left school. Instead of studying writing, I studied environmental science, because I thought, science, that's a respected, good thing to study. Not writing. Writing's just a hobby. Writing's just a fussing around doing nothing type thing. But then it just showed me, it gave me permission. It unlocked something in me. It unlocked this awareness that I had this desire deep down all along that I'd squashed down so much that I didn't even know it was there. But it just became alive in this moment, that all along I wanted to be a writer, but I just didn't know that I could. All that society pressure, don't be a writer, all this stuff. It's not a real job. But in that moment when he said, I study creative writing, it gave me permission to pursue writing. And so later on, I ended up studying not creative writing, I ended up studying a Masters of Writing and Literature at Deakin. And it was amazing. It was just like, yes, I love this. I love learning all about words and writing and stories, and so many lessons I learned. And one of the biggest things I learned was that I am a life writer. Going into that course, I thought I want to do poetry, I want to do everything. I want to do poetry, I want to do fiction, I want to do short stories, I want to do children's writing, I want to do screenplays, I want to do memoirs, I want to do everything. And then when because you study a different subject, you do poetry, you do fiction, you do short stories, you do creative non-fiction, so you do all of those things. And when I studied creative non-fiction, I didn't know that was a thing until I went to this course. My mind, again, just was like, explosion, light bulb, this is where my heart lies, with life writing, also known as, memoir or creative non-fiction, and telling true stories, basically. And it was a light bulb moment. I was like, that's what I want to focus on. So I'm very thankful for that course, even if I only got that one thing out of it. That was awesome. And then I studied for 1 year at Tabor Bible College, and I studied creative writing, and I absolutely love that. That just went a step beyond Masters of Writing and Literature. It just opened my eyes to, because it's at Bible College, how we can use words to glorify God as well. And that combined, writing and God are, my two first loves. And to combine the two and see how they work together just really, for me, brought home, yes, this is okay to do. I have permission to do this, and not even permission. I have a calling to do this and a responsibility to do this, and it's just a mission to do this. And yeah, it just really helped me to take it seriously, focus on it, and not feel guilty for it or feel bad about it. and just so many other things. It didn't just help me in my writing, but it helped me in my life, because the crossover between writing and life, it's so intertwined. So anything that you learn in writing will affect your life, type of thing, because it shapes how you see life, what you write, what you learn. It's all there and intertwined. So everything that I learned in that course affected my walk with God. It affected how I lived. It affected how I saw life, and it just changed my life. And in particular, it introduced me to film analysis and theory, which I love film theory now, and I subscribe to a few channels on YouTube on film theory, which I love, because it's just storytelling, basically, just a different medium, not with writing. Yet it kind of is, because every movie has a screenplay, so it has writing behind it as its foundation. So yeah, one day on my bucket list is to actually write a screenplay. Anyway, so that's my little ramble on writing and how much it means to me. I just put this journal card here. Every day brings a new story. I totally believe that, and I want to write every day and capture those stories. And I just put this card here, journal card, because it's got script writing, so I thought that was kind of cool. And these are some of the books that I want to write. One on faith and football, all the lessons I learned from football and how that applies to faith. Blue Sparkly Places, which I kind of shared in this journal a bit before, where I can share my mental health journey, because that would not have happened if I didn't move to Bowen. My personal history of books, so just my love of books, what I've learned from books, all that kind of thing. A childhood memoir, so growing up, what it was like growing up, the place I lived, talking about the culture and the times, that kind of thing. And then a testimony kind of book, either just in chronological order or just snippets of all the lessons that I've learned from God and my God stories, basically. So there are some ideas for some books. Eventually I would want to do like a full-on memoir and a biography, but when I'm way older. So yeah, I want to get started on some of those books, well, at least one of those books this year, I think. I also want to write a poetry book, so that should go in there. I've already kind of done a first draft of that, so I'll try to get that out this year. I have actually written 3 books, and 2 of them are published, so let's get this one. This is so exciting. Thank you so much to all my subscribers for helping me publish this one last year. This is my first print book, and so exciting. For those who have stuck to the end of this video, I'm going to do a little special. I'm going to take $5 off this. So in my Etsy, take $5 off, and if you want to do it by PayPal, it's also cheaper. So in my Etsy it's $25, but if you want to get it cheaper on Etsy, it's $20. If you want to do PayPal, it's $20, but if you want to get it cheap, it's $15, just because of the Etsy fees. It takes off like $5 in Etsy fees. So get in touch with me if you would like that option, a little special. But also, yeah, I've got some books up on Amazon ebooks, so I'll link those below if anyone's interested. I have no idea if you are, but if you're stuck with me this far, you might be interested, so I'll leave those links below if you want to check those out. There's 3 compilation books where I was the editor and I just interviewed people and compiled stories and poems and artwork about different topics, and one was on writing, one was on the love of writing, one was a tribute to motherhood, just celebrating mothers and thanking them for what they do, and one was on sexual assault, stories of survivors of sexual assault and breaking the taboo on that. And then the other book, the one I fully wrote, is called The Walk Chronicles, and that documents my journey where I did a charity walk from Sydney to Melbourne, which took 6 weeks, walking 30k a day, and we would speak at churches and schools and groups along the way, sharing about raising money for the Dalit children in India. And it's just everything I learned through that journey, which actually was a stepping stone to me having YouTube and sharing my stories here, which is a stepping stone to me being a writer. It kind of helped me take that final leap to becoming a writer. So yeah, I'll leave those links below. There is another book that I've written, it's just not published yet, but we'll see what happens with that one. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh wait, the next prompt is postage stamp. I can't wait to share that one with you guys. Alright, I'll see you then. Bye guys.